One thing I've learned from great leadership coaches like Simon Sinek, you can't copy culture, but they'll damn sure try to copy your methodology. In this treacherous world of FinTwit, I've experienced a Thuru fake as death, cancel culture, copycat companies, and more artificial beef than a vegan chopped cheese food truck. You'll find that being talented, original, and black means you're about as good as any musical artist from Elvis's era. Someone far less melanated will come around and take credit for the discovery of your work. Hell, if we were Native Americans, we just found out that Krista Columbus just landed, and now she wants to play dominoes. So, with all these discoveries, we decided to enact a zero tolerance policy. If you're not publicly for us, you're against us, and that's that on that. This is the Alphapack Watchlist. Let's go. Pack. What's good? Where my dog's at? It's your boy FICO Jordan here, back again for another weekly watch list call. We're getting into that late part of July, and you know the bros is coming with some heat this week. This 0 day last week was magnificent, even though across the board throughout the industry, I'm seeing a lot of people that were struggling in terms of direction, but not over here. You know, Mr. Check My Resume came with it, and honestly, they list went off this week. What's good to the homie Mr. Check My Resume?
Yo, what's good with it, Pack fam? How you doing today?
We got the homie Wealthy Soon.
Yeah.
And we got the homie Mr. Boss Gang VIP.
What up, Pack? You already know how we do. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
What up, gentlemen? We had a phenomenal week, and I'm sorry, I had to bring the spice this morning and this week. Seems like people had some interest in an educational post that I made this week, but I meant to cause no harm. I promise. Even though some people might think that we may be bullies over here at Alphapack, but that is not the case. I consider ourselves more like heroes, to be honest, because you individuals out there who are trying to trade using your hard-earned money, trying to make a life for yourself, trying to get turned into generational wealth, we don't want you to be lied to, misled, led astray, run amok. You already know. So to be any understanding, to be under any understanding, we kind of feel like we are here for your guidance, your protection. That's the reason why we give these plays away on a week-to-week basis. We would rather you ask questions. In our group, we want individuals to ask questions. We want to give as much as possible. But besides that, bros, did y'all have a good week?
Oh yeah, man.
Great
Week was beautiful, man. Didn't make a whole lot of plays, but I mean the ones we did, well, they performed well. We had some gap downs, and they still got bought up. I love when that happens. We always talk about relative strength and what that means for your tickers in any condition in the market. So, I mean, it was beautiful, man. Visa, AZN, and stuff like that. But then just later Friday, I mean, 0 day was just a monster. So, yeah, man, Pack doing Pack things, great execution by the members. You know what I mean? I've seen some people hit over 400% on Amazon. I know Starbucks went like 200-300%. There's a couple others I'm not thinking of. I know Pinterest went crazy. Boss Game VIP was in there. So there was a good handful of plays that the Pack was able to. CVS, I forgot about CVS. So yeah, man, there was a lot of good plays that were nicely executed that kind of ran the entire day. So yeah, man, I'll leave it with that. The bros got something to chime in on.
Yeah, I took a lot of short-term plays this week. I like to swing, so I'm setting it back up for the swings this week. I got some good stuff. But yeah, I was able to take advantage of some short-term moves to the upside and to the downside. We played, make some quick games. But I'm looking forward to this upcoming week so I can get some stuff with some time on it and let them go, for sure.
Yep.
Y'all know how we do every week. So we're going to head and hop right into it. So currently right now, if you're looking at SPY right now, I'm giving you a 2-week chart. Normally in the bottom left, you would see the month, and the top left, you would normally see the quarter. The quarter is not as important right now because the quarter and the month are currently the same. They had the same opening with July, opening a new quarter, and opening a new 6-month chart in that period. So right now on the month, if you can see top left, we are inside up, coming from that opening, and we do have a double inside 2-week right now. This is going to be very, very important in terms of understanding what I've been telling you since January. I know a lot of individuals who now all of a sudden want to talk about domino effect trades and so forth. Since January, we've been telling you about these particular setups. There's a reason why we preach on the formula in our group. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but if you are Alphapack member, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you follow me on Instagram, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So right now you see a double inside 2-week on SPY. If you use TradingView, we get a new 2-week chart opening on Monday. Right now you have a hammer candle that did finish red, but I mean, we were so close to flipping the week back green, and you have a potential 1-2-2 setup. I like the way that candle looks in terms of what it's showing us of what it's trying to do and what participants are currently doing, especially if you look at the day. So utilize that formula this week when it comes to looking at the setups, especially when it comes to paying attention to the 2-week. Now, very important, 2 weeks ago, Boss Gang VIP told you it was tech week. We see what happened if you look at QQQ, especially XLK. Rarely ever wrong over here. And so if you pay attention to knowing what institutions are trying to do before what's coming up this week, to my understanding, shout out to Brown. I believe this week we have some tech earnings coming up, if I'm correct. And looking at that, so if you look at QQQ, very similar setup, except instead of having an inside then a 2 down on the week, we are currently sitting at an inside up hammer on the week, after already triggering a 2-1-2 reversal on the 2-week. So looking at time frame continuity and the way it will open up, a green start to Monday lets you know what institutions are doing, as long as it doesn't fail the week to go 3 to the downside. So pay very close attention to that scenario on the week with SPY and QQQ. I like the way things are setting up currently there. With those, let's go ahead and take a look at the individual sectors. All right, so right now with XLB, you see that we do have full time frame continuity to the downside. Not going to spend much time on that. The only actionable signal that you're currently seeing right now is on the day. Let's go ahead and jump to XLC. The XLC right now did have a great finish to the week as far as Friday was concerned. Just a little bit of conflict considering the week did finish in a hammer, so you do have a 2-2 week setup there. It did go 3 to the downside, but then bounced up. So you know how we look at those broadening formations in terms of if you get a 3 down, especially pay attention to the way that 3, the daily candles make up the 3. If you notice that. So if you do get a green week to start, you'll have full time frame continuity considering the fact that it's still green on the month, 6-month, quarter, and so forth. Right now on XLE, we're looking at full time frame continuity to the downside. We'll jump over to XLF. Currently with XLF, we do have a similar situation to SPY. Inside week 2 weeks ago, currently with the red hammer, finished starting the week off. We're going to be hitting up looks like we could go 1-2-2 on the 2 week, 1-2-2 on the weekly, and go green immediately. Full time frame continuity to the upside on XLI. One of the things you want to pay attention to right now, considering where the month opened, things are below that level. I believe there was a green day, but right now, as far as the week and the 2 week are concerned, you're red on those. So there's some conflict there, considering you have a red week a red month, a green 2 week, and a green day. So right now, when I see conflict, I see chop. On XLK, 2 weeks ago was Tech Week. This week, you're seeing inside up. Currently on the month, we do have a potential 1-2-2 on the 2 week. Look at the hammer that you see, that Momo hammer right now on the week. Strong finish to the week. Setup might still be in tech. Remember, once again, we do have earnings coming up this week. Right now on consumer staples is definitely one of my favorite sectors to play. A month ago, we seen a nice finish to come up to a hammer candle to finish the month, but we did open up at the lower part of the range because that finish was red. Now we are inside up on the month. We did go 2-1-2 reversal with a slight retracement, so it's a little bit of selling, profit taking at the top part of that 2 week. Right now on the weekly, look at those wicks. There's a particular price level that they're not letting this dip below. Look at the daily. You can see where that level comes into play. I would imagine I would see a point of control or some sort of volume shelf at this level. A lot of orders getting filled right now on staples coming from the bottom of this broadening formation. So could they be gassing up the jet to move higher? Definitely going to keep my eyes on staples and some of those setups because we do like to play a lot of things over there. And I know a massive trade was made at the end of this week. I want to say by Brown on Coke. Was it somewhere around like 2,000% or something like that? He had been posting a lot about Coke in the chat for the most part. So shout out to him. All right, on real estate right now, we are inside up on the month. We do have a double inside week double inside 2 week. That week finished red. We have a potential 1-2-2 setup. So things honestly look dope on a weekly and a 2 week chart on real estate. They look like they've been moving sideways with a price getting bought up from a particular level. I do see a 2-day broadening formation currently on real estate that it just came off the low of on Thursday. So it's going to be very interesting to see where exactly this looks to go, considering a lot of the things that are happening economically. So pay attention to that move. Could go either way, paying attention to the week or the 2 week. XLU utilities had a great week a few weeks ago, making up of that 2 week. That inside bar is crazy the way it went up, but this the inside bar on the 2 week went ballistic. But then this current 2 week that just ended, things kind of pulled back. So there's an inside week up, there's a hammer on the day. Pay very close attention to that. There is some conflict because you have a red month, red 2 week, green week, and a green day. Right now on healthcare with an inside up month. Currently, did see that green day finish, had a massive gap up coming into the back end of the week. We did finish with a nice buy up candle on the week, so we do have full time frame continuity after the 2-1-2 week finishing up. So this should move a little bit higher coming off the bottom of that broadening formation over the last 4 weeks. Consumer discretionary inside up on the month. We have a double inside 2 week with a hammer finish that was red on the week, just like you see on SPY. 2-1-2 reversal on the day. So green week starts us off, full time frame continuity. Moving up, you might get a break of that double inside double inside 2 week on XLY, just the same way things are set up on SPY. So currently going into this, looks like our last full week of July. Let's check in with Boss Gang VIP to see the way things are kind of set up historically regarding the market coming into this time in July.
Going to July, the week of July 18th, we're subject to a lot of swings in the market. Just for some reference, the week after July expiration is prone to wild swings. The Dow has been up 13 of the last 23 trading sessions. In 1998, we had a fall of 4.3%. 2002, we were positive 3.1%. 2006, positive 3.2%. In 2007, minus 4.2%. I'm not going to keep going through these, but as you can see, the market has tons of ups and downs. We're expected to be choppy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The market is supposed to be bullish, and Friday, or excuse me, Thursday, we are definitely expected to be bearish. Each time, every season in the market, we have runs. So we have summer runs, spring runs, fall runs, winter runs, and out of all these runs, typically the summer run or the summer rally tends to be the weakest, although there are positive gains. This week, seasonality wise, going into August, I'm be looking for a lot of these runs from high tech. And the charts set up and they reflect that, as well as some people might not be paying attention to, which is genomics in biotech. So we'll see how the chart's set up, and we're going to do as we always do and find where the money resides going into this week. I expect it to be great.
Appreciate that, boss gang. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Wealthy Soon, what you got for us this week, bro?
I'm loving the setup that we have over in Affirm right now. Affirm is sitting towards the lows. As FICO mentioned, we are looking to potentially have another good tech week. Affirm would sit right into that. We was able to make a hammer on the day, the weekly setup, just taking that 212 hammer to the upside. We've got some easy targets to take out. Next on the list is going to be Nvidia. Nvidia too also has a great setup on the week to the upside. Nice hammer, a green week, full time frame continuity to the upside. That's something that's also going to get a pump from tech, easily targeting that outside week. Next on the list we got Roblox, RBLX. Roblox currently is red on the week. What we will want to do is trade this back into continuity on the week, meaning trading it back green on the week. We'll take that 212 rev to the upside. There is great magnitude over here with Roblox. Even has a nice month candle. It's already 2 up on the month. So again, just trading this back into time frame continuity on the macros. The next we got on the list is going to be Rivian. RIVN. Rivian, just like Roblox, has almost the same setup, except the previous week it did go outside. We like that even more. Currently sitting on the point of control. Rivian can definitely get up out of there in a hurry. It also went outside 2 week. So just taking this 312 to the upside. Great magnitude. I'm really liking what I'm seeing in Rivian. Another good one, we have GM, General Motors. Now GM, I believe they were able to stay inside on the week. Green hammer on the week, just targeting that outside candle from 2 weeks ago. Nice little upside move for GM, doesn't cost much. Another one that I'm liking, this one is XLC or Communications. We're going to do Paramount, P-A-R-A, Paramount. It's sitting at the bottom of a broadening formation, actually of a major broadening formation. And this one has also been stuck into some chop. So past 26, this one could really get up out of there. It also has a nice little gap to fill between like 27.50 to around the 28 level. This one looks like it wants to go. Even if you look at it on the day, you can see where that chop has been. We're looking to try to break that chop to the upside. This is one that can easily be a 10x type trade. Next one we got on the list, we got Vermilion Energy, that's VET. This one, broadening formation is impeccable, just beautiful. It's currently sitting on the point of control on the week. Inside hammer, just take this one 212 to the upside. I got the top of the broadening formation being around 25, 26. So this one is a nice one. I'm just gonna watch the price action on it. Another one on the list, we got SoFi. Haven't heard this ticker be mentioned in quite some time. I've been waiting on it. This one actually did double outside weeks. This week it did an inside hammer, so we definitely want to try to take this one to the upside, at least get it to around that $8 level. On those contracts, that's a nice little move. It's already full time frame continuity to the upside. It's just now getting out of that chop, so we're going to trade this out of the chop. Next, we got, this is kind of like a twofer, but Riot and Mara. FICO, you don't have to pull up both of them because they're pretty much the same. Both are sitting at their lows. I am seeing some crypto looking like it is wanting to go back to the upside, like BTB, HUD, and I've been looking at Bitcoin and just trying to see where the levels are. But just keeping a close eye on Riot and Mara. They both have, I believe, an outside and then a inside week this previous week. So we'll take that 312 to the upside. The 312 on a week is one of my favorite trading patterns to take. And the last on my list is going to be Go EV. This one is actually already full-time frame continuity to the upside. It already revved on the week. What this one would be is a TTO. You would play the TTO back. So the day was actually red. It actually stopped on the point of control. You would trade that day back into full-time frame continuity as it's already green on all the other macros. And you would take entry above this 466 level. Again, just watch price action just to make sure that we do get that bounce. This is just a TTO play. Just take it more to the upside. And that is my list for the week. We're going to send that back to FICO. I know the bros got some more heat.
Appreciate that, Wealthy Soon. Looks like Boss Gang VIP. What you got for us this week, bro?
Let's get it. I know I mentioned in the opening about big tech and genomics, so that's what I'm stick to for the most part. Big tech and genomics. Semiconductors. I'm gonna start off with UMC. I actually picked up some shares of UMC Friday. If the options present themselves, which there are some people at the bottoms, I'm definitely looking at UMC. I'm not expecting it to move too fast. I'm gonna take my time on this one, but we're looking at entries above $6.70 on UMC. The other semiconductor, of course, I gotta look at is AMD. I know Pam mentioned in the video, which the semis are looking really, really good right now. We've been tracking these closely. So I'm looking for AMD over $81.20. Some more big tech we've been looking at. I'm still keeping my eyes on Meta for sure. It had some pullbacks. The original entry we had marked was 172.40. Which was a weekly high. It wasn't able to take out, but I'm still looking for it with the cheaper price to get to at minimum that original entry at 172.40. So if we get the 2-2 on the day above 164.98, I'd be looking to take that at minimum to 172.40, and if big tech gets to moving. Hopefully, Meta might be one of those to look at. So now that I got those big tech out the way, I'm actually going to genomics. I know a lot of people don't typically look at genomics, and I'm gonna start off just to give us an idea of with ARKG, ARKG. I played options on this, made 1,000% plenty of times, but I just want to point out the levels that we're looking at and the magnitude that we have on ARKG. If somebody wanted to take ARKG, we got day entries above $36.51, weekly entries above about $37.73. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the setups. One of my favorites right now, T-Dot, Teledot, TDOC. Right now, got some entries. I got multiple entries on T-Dot. I got a T-Dot entry above $40.70, as well as an entry above $42.24 on T-Dot. So if we get the triggers that we want on there, we can see that has tons and tons of magnitude, and that is the top holding in ARKG right now. One of the ones, ARKG, that used to be the top holding was CRISPR, CRSP. CRISPR, tons of room there off these reverses of broad informations on macros, quarterly bounce, weekly bounce, and all that good stuff. So on CRISPR, I'm looking at levels above $83.40 for CRISPR to continue up. Another one I have to look at, Sava. And just because we got genomics, I always have to keep a watch on the things that could move with the genomics. And I know there's a lot of consolidation for months and months and months on Sava. And we know once this one takes off, how it'll move. So Sava, I got a couple entries, one above $24.17 and another entry above $24.52. And with a lot of these, I'm actually expecting to get some time on them, because if we're rotating into genomics, these will get runs for a good amount of time. Let's see, Veru, Veru. So we're going to look again with this. We're going to look for Veru to continue. It's been very, 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 very strong. So we're looking for this to break some chop and get above levels about $17.77. So that has been definitely strong there. Got two more. Groupon, GRPN. I'm going to see, I got some broad information on this one. I'm going to see if Groupon actually happens to give a reversal here above $9.65. So I got some broad information drawn on this, and if this is, again, the bottom of a broad information, it's going to be out of here. I believe a lot of this is going to come down to stock picking, as it has been for a while. And the last ticker I'm going to be looking at this week is Beyond, BYND. We actually had Beyond on the watch list a couple weeks ago. We got the initial reversal we were looking for, so I'm looking for some continuation on this. Got some broad information above. We got quite a bit of ways to go on this one. Looking for entries above $34.31. So mark your levels and you know what to do from there. That's all I got this week.
Appreciate that, boss gang. Got some heat there too. Only got one man up. Mr. Check My Resume. What's good? What you got for us this week, bro?
Oh man, just looking for a lot of continuation coming into this week. I think last week we nailed it. We knew exactly where the money was going to reside. Looks like we got to continue pushing that direction. I heard a few of the plays the bros shared. I have some shared sentiments, so we'll just get right into it. First ticker I want to talk about is going to be it's going to be an energy stock, and that's MPC, not to be confused with MRO, but MPC is Marathon Petroleum, and so not to be confused with Marathon MRO. So MPC, and I guess overall I'm seeing like there may be some value buying for energy at these levels. What I currently see on MPC is a very strong hammer on the week, inside candle with the failed 2 down on the month, as well as the failed 2 down on the quarter. So I'm looking at this one to push up here and give us a 212 back to the upside. And now looking at the chart, looks like a month level TTO. But essentially we get this 212 on the week above $84.50 on MPC. I do need to finish drawing some BFs on it, but essentially we're hitting the bottom of this monthly BF created back in, what month is this? In June, just last month. And it looks like we're just bouncing off that broad information. So we'll see if it's able to go and test the other side of this range, or if we'll get stopped somewhere along the way, like around 50% of that candle. But as you can see, it's a very large magnitude, and I do feel strongly we'll go and claim a good portion of that magnitude. So first one on the list is MPC. Next one I want to look at is Spotify. That is ticker SPOT. And on Spotify, what I'm looking at first and foremost is a double inside week. And Spotify looks like it's been pushing down for a while. So now it looks like we've caught some buying, or there's a level where the buying is taking place. So around this $92 level. Looks like it just will not let price get really below that. So it looks like there's some buying. So I'd say just based off this outside candle from this is June 27th, we're looking at a range here to push up to the top of that broad formation. But yeah, looking at the double inside week break on this hammer candle above 103.16, and that is again for Spotify. We do have inside candles on the month and the quarter, so just be mindful of that because we do have continuity, but one false move could change the continuity in a hurry on this one. So moving on, next one here. All right, Cam, I agree with you on that. General Motors GM looks good. I did want to touch on airlines. So Spirit Airlines, SAVE is the ticker, SAVE. Just wanted to kind of mention a couple things about airlines in general. Just first off, we did alert Southwest last week, and it did have a pretty strong week and performed accordingly. I know some of the others had some, good strong moves, but I know they had some retracements and things of that nature. I just based on what I'm seeing in the travel arena, there's heavy traveling, even though the money may not be there for the consumers, they're still traveling. So very interesting dynamic with that. I don't think we'll get like a continued move on these airlines, but I do expect for these to kind of push up to maybe their next broad formation levels, and that'll bring me back into SAVE. And so on the week of May the 9th, this thing did a full reversal at the bottom of the broad formation. It's a quarterly level BF. And you could look at the May candle did a 2-down hammer. That is when it touched. And so at this point, it is just basically taken from the bottom of that range all the way up until the top of this range closes at about $29.54 or somewhere in that range. And so that's kind of what I'm looking at. And this, looking at the Q1 candle from this year in that outside bar. So we're just revving up, but I do like this inside week move here, potentially above $25 flat. And this will give us a bullish continuation to continue our move back to the upside to test the other side of this range. So that's Spirit Airlines. That goes in alignment with the other tickers that in the sector that we are looking at and playing, like Southwest, for instance, or for example. So anyway, that's Spirit Airlines. Moving on. Next ticker I have is NVIDIA. And Boss Game VIP, I do agree with you on the talk around the chips. So I definitely agree with you there. And we did alert ON Semiconductors last week in the group. So yeah, I think we're all kind of thinking the same thing on that one. But yeah, on NVIDIA, just to kind of give you some levels, we're looking at a 212 on the week, potentially above 157.82. We also have current failed 2 downs on the month, as well as failed 2 down on the quarter. But we are in force on the day. So I'm looking for this one to continue pushing up on the day. I am looking at broad information levels around 171, 172 on NVIDIA. So that'd be the target. That's not even going to take it back to magnitude on that outside candle from June 27th. That may be a little ambitious, but I do feel confident about it 171 level. So that's what I'm thinking on NVIDIA. I didn't want to spend too much time because the Boss Game kind of covered that. Got a couple more. Next one we talked about during the week. I really shout out that boy Dave. Talk about Netflix. So it looked like Netflix originally, when I was looking at this, had went 2 up on the week, but after closer examination, it was actually a 2 down hammer on the week on Netflix. So I'm really looking at a 122 potentially here on the week above 189.22. To continue and give us this move to the upside, which is it's trying to give us a little love on the market to the upside. But again, draw your broad information levels and understand where this trade could possibly end at. I don't think we're just reversing totally in the market. I don't have all of my BFs drawn on this one yet, so but I do see 220 as a level, as well as there may be some other micros like on a daily time frame or something as well. But Netflix is one to keep your eye out for. We saw how it performed yesterday, just went crazy. So yeah, Netflix, I like that setup. Just a little quick thing on travel. I'll just talk about both. That's MGM and LVS, but I'll talk about MGM because I actually like where this one sets up on its charts a little better. But on MGM, travel just came from Vegas, but yeah, I mean, I guess Vegas is not pre-pandemic yet, but I can see the buildup is happening. It's getting there. The buy-in is present. So I think fundamentally, it's moving. So I'm looking at MGM on the week. I'm looking at a possible 122 on the week above $29.42. I do not have any macro broadening formations in the way until you get above this $35, $36 level. That's a lot of ground to cover. So I'd be looking for some daily level magnitudes to identify where you could possibly get consolidation or rejections. So that's what I'll be doing as well, is kind of identifying some of those smaller levels where there could be possible price changes and things of that nature. But it looks beautiful on the macros. Looks like we've got room to push up. Not again, and this won't change the trend. It looks like it's just a short-term move, and and that's in alignment with what the market wants to do. So this spells opportunity for us. So that's MGM. LVS has a similar looking setup. Just trying to be mindful of time here. Next one is again on the energy side is Oxy. Still looking at this Oxy sitting on top of this yearly BF, and buyers will not let it go below that level. Went and touched it during the week last week, kind of retested it. And so we're looking at a possible, 322 on the week here, above $59. Well, you just might as well say $60 flat would be your level back to the upside. I think you may get like a short move back up to maybe around the $64 level on IC. Nothing too crazy, but that would be go back and retest in the top of this weekly broader formation range. And so that's a real straightforward one on Oxy. Not a crazy move. Buyers are still in that one. They don't want to let it drop. So let's see. Keep going here. Healthcare again, Boss Gang. Like what you're talking about in healthcare. Just talk about two really quick. That's Abivai as well as BMY. We've actively played both throughout the year. But first, I just talk about Abivai just to save on time. Some of them we gotta keep for the pack. So yeah, on Abivai, looking at this 2-down hammer on the week, we are at the top of a major broadening formation level. So I like the way it responded. It touched it earlier last week, got rejected, and showed strength and came right back, and it's going to retest again. So this is a retest here. I'm looking at this 2-down hammer on Abivai. Above 154.57. I like the strength. I like the sentiment of the sector as well. And my thesis, this has just been a month level TTO on Abivai. So again, also on the month, we've got a monthly reversal above 156.62, which would be a 122 on the month as well. So you've got a couple triggers not too far apart. Plays in line with what I was generally thinking about this stock in particular and sector. And BMY has a similar deal, weekly reversal on the week. Let's keep it going. All right, and so just real quick, I'm just going to try to consolidate a couple tickers. Just talk about consumer discretionary really quick. We saw how Amazon performed yesterday. during live trading. I think we're going to get some continued movement on Amazon. So I have this on the watch for this week. Looking at a possible 122 on the week on Amazon above 115.59. So I'll be looking for Amazon to continue its bullish movement. I do have a level of about 120 bucks, 120, a little above that, before it runs into some resistance. So there's a little room for a short-term move on Amazon, which then leads into some of the other thoughts that I've had on discretionary. So I've got other tickers in the sector that I don't want to cover right now, but there are a couple like eBay and Starbucks that I'm looking at as well, and that I think will benefit from Amazon performing that way. I have a couple others that I'm not going to talk about right here, but we do have some thoughts around earnings like Johnson & Johnson as well. So that'll be my last ticker, will be Johnson & Johnson. And we know they have earnings coming up, but just looking at the charts, technically we do have this 2-2 rev here setting up on the week. And so I'm looking at a real reversal here above 179.02. We've got full time frame continuity in our favor. We do have a broadening formation major month level around 180. However, because it is earnings, you'll know very quickly what's going to happen. I think Johnson & Johnson's earnings are Monday or something like that. So we'll Monday, Tuesday. So we'll know pretty soon what direction this is going when we open up next week. But yeah, I like this Johnson & Johnson. The macros look beautiful. Time frame continuity looks on point. So yeah, looking at this level to take that entry around 179, but just be aware that we've got a broadening formation just above it at like 180.50, somewhere around there. So, but hey, earnings report, and they like how earnings performs, then that won't matter. We'll be pushing up to go challenge that 186 level again. So with that, I'm gonna wrap it up, FICO, and turn it back over to you. Can't give them everything. Not enough time.
Absolutely not. They already know how I get down. I'm not. And that's mainly because, for the most part, individuals will come into your group, and they're going. One or two things are going to happen. Either they're going to want attention, and because ain't enough minutes to go around, because to be honest, we are one of the very few groups who ain't no admins. If you want to be a leader or an admin, my sincerest apologies, but we do the teaching, we do the work. It's not a slight on anybody else, but that's why we started this journey in this venture here, is because alphas had to lead by example. We've all been a part of other groups where it was started. Admins were put in place. Admins basically keep the kids in control. They try to teach what they could, yet the whole entire time, you never really seen the guy or woman that you seen in the ad. Like, they was barely even present. So what will happen is, if those individuals can't get minutes, they'll take what you teach and then they'll go start their own thing. Because to be honest, they probably not too concerned with being a great trade. No, sorry. Screw being a great trader. They probably not really that concerned with making money from trading and then going to live in their life. They really just want the attention. They just want the lights to be on them. So if they can't get that at your place, they're going to go do it somewhere else. And then you have other individuals who are going to, you know what? I'm going to show up and do work. And I'm going to go hunt amongst this group of people because I don't really care about attention. And I really don't want to sit at the computer screen all day. And I don't want to have to answer questions all day. And I like making money. And so we deal with one of the two. So since we typically have to avoid the former, what occurs is they kind of sneak behind enemy lines and they take what you teach. And then we cool with the individuals who slide through the door and be like, you know what, bro, I learned that from Boss Gang, bro. Yeah, Wealthy soon showed me how to do blah, blah, blah. And they pay it forward. That's kind of what this is all about. But you get other individuals who all of a sudden, I'll put it this way. We are very native to this methodology that you will hear here. If you are black and you are hearing about the strap, for the most part, it's in a black group, yes, it started with a conversation that I had with Cyberdog back in 2020. I'm be honest with it, straight up. Then all of a sudden, we get to this point, you'll have individuals who act like Christopher Columbus. Like, nigga, y'all ain't been talking about this whole time. I discovered that. I showed him, and so yeah, so I pretty much, to this point, I'm ready to clap everybody in sight. So if you're not with us, you against us. Period. I don't know how y'all feel, but that's my take on why I don't give as much as I possibly could. You gotta prove that you got good character before I do all of that. Keep it 100 with you. But before we get up out of here, bros, y'all got anything for the people before we bang out?
I got one thing. If you can see all the bros got on their Alphapack merch, if you could, just go to alphapackmerch.com. Go ahead and get you some. We got hoodies, we got shirts, we got tanks, whatever you need to look good in these streets.
And Wealthy soon showed me a pretty slick design. I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm trying to get my hands on it early. Like this fire. And the Wealthy soon, that new hat that we've had under the design will be sent to you today.
Let's go.
Yeah, so we got a fire hat that we know Alphapack members are gonna want. Make sure you like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Follow Alphapack Trading on Instagram, Alphapack Trades on Twitter, Alphapack Trading on Facebook. Follow our socials. All links will be below. Make sure you like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Like, first and foremost, let's kind of start there. Resume, Boss Gang, you guys got any words of encouragement, any homework for the people before we get up out of here?
Just a couple positive words for people, man, and just some general thoughts. I think, for why we do what we do, man. People can copy, actions, and they can copy, the swag or the drip, whatever term people using, man. They can't copy culture, and so we just, I think, as you just thinking about what we're saying, man. It's just, that's why the pack is so unique, man, because we just gonna focus on what we do, man. But we just know nonsense about stuff, man. It's just we operate through principles, man, and I value integrity. I mean, integrity in people, because that translates into how they're going to behave as business people, as partners, as so-called supporters, things of that nature. And so the actions are going to bear that out, and we just seeing how things are playing out in reality. So it's one thing to say you support the pack, it's another thing to actually support the pack. So I'll leave you with that, man. I wish everybody the best, man. It's all love. You know what I mean? We want everybody to win, man. I just don't like grimy stuff. So I'll leave it with that. Boss game, man.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I was like, it's a reason people don't come and talk to me, ask me too many questions, because they already know what I'm going to do to them. I'm going to send them back where they came from. I don't have no tolerance for nonsense. The key word you brought up there, resume, I believe, is integrity. People will try to portray one image to you, but they'll be in the background operating a totally different way. We call those snakes in the grass. So it's a lot of snakes around here, but we tend to our yards, to our landscaping, so nothing gets past us. Just know that. But with that being said, for the people who do support us, who have been supporting us legitimately the way we try to support everybody legitimately with our actions, with our character, what we've shown you from day one. We definitely appreciate you guys, and we're going to continue to provide a lot of value. We have some other things coming that people have no idea about. As I always say all the time, we about to give them some more stuff to steal, but just know where it came from. We gonna have to come up with some new phrases, just something off the edge, over the line, just something that you know where it came from originally. So we got some more stuff coming. I'm excited for this week. We're gonna make a lot of money like we always do. People are going to learn a lot as always, and we're gonna have another great week. We're gonna keep growing the community the right way with integrity. No sneaking behind closed doors, no snakes in the grass. We do everything with integrity at Alphapack. That's what it's about.
100%. And on that note, if you guys have any information, visit www.alphapacktrading.com on how to become a member. And outside of that, bros, we out of here. We catch y'all next week, man. Peace.
Peace.